whining, Willa? How come you all didn't like the lamp?
Mama, that here? We got yours up, eh?
You stop talking about Dapper. I told you the Dapper's only outside. So if you stay in the house, the Dapper can't get you. You two been good? Did your granny get us something to eat?
Mama, you know what? Well, let's strip out Marie's grass. Mama, I didn't do nothing. She just saying so.
I know what I hear in that truth. But this Sunday, so, I'm waiting to hear the truth, and it better be the truth. So help me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Lord knows I'm tired. It's not that I really want to complain to you, Lord. It's just that some people have it all. Why, Lord, am I stuck on this little island with 2 months to feed and not a soul that even cares about helping? If I didn't want nothing in life, life would be okay. I agree. But because I want something for my children that no one seems to want, I gotta work hard, be hated, because I don't spend my money on foolishness, because I don't get away every time some of the family come asking. It's not that I'm mean, Lord. It's just that it's hard to work so hard for people who never want till they see somebody with something.
Mama, who you talking with?
With the Lord, child.
She's talking with Duppy.
You stop talking about Duppy.
But you said Duppy is...
That's not what I said. I said if you stay out after dark, when you should be home waiting till the poor mama come home from work. The Duppy who only outside to scare bad boys, they would get you. There's no Duppy if you stay inside the house.
But Duppy can't come in the house.
Stop talking about Duppy. Listen to the words of God. He protects us from all evil.
Mama, it's Sunday night, you know. I'm supposed to read us a story.
Can you make your poor mama relax for a few minutes? I'm so tired. I can't read a story. Mr. Wilder them had a cocktail party for some Caymanians. Boy, was those people ordering drinks. I mixed drink till I drunk from the smell. Lord knows why rich people drink so much. The way they behave, you know better know John Brandon. But they can talk business though. Mr. Wilder, he's smart. He talking about tourists coming, tax haven, or something like that. But Miss Catherine, she different. She nice. She talks to me like a sister. She said they're trying to change the place too fast, and we Caymanians would not be able to keep up with it. And she don't want to see us end up like those Indians, all drunk and broken up families. Eveline, remember you must get up early tomorrow morning.
Please, Mama, please, can you read us a story?
Okay, I'll tell you about the story of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve lived in the beautiful Garden of Eden. They had no worries nor fears. God had provided them with everything they needed. Birds and bees, flowers and trees, animals of all kinds and sizes. God had allowed them to live in peace and harmony. But there were one thing that they should not do, and that was to eat from the tree of life. But Eve, being a woman, listened to the devil, who came in the form of a snake. He offered her an apple as red as the sun. She took a bite and gave the rest to Adam, who also ate. Then they saw the nakedness. Then they were ashamed. From that day on, man and woman were cursed by God. God drove them out of the beautiful Garden of Eden, and they were forced to work hard and feel guilty. Now, that's one reason why you know God Father, such a careless and unreasonable man. But although man was made into sin, some of us can still be good and serve God. And some of us can even get a good learning like Mr. Wilder them.
I gonna get a good learning, right, Mama? But Willa, he too lazy, right, Mama? You leave me alone.
Did one of you go by your daughter, Mama, house to see she getting any better?
Yes, Mom. Willa says she getting worse. She's soon dead.
Now what they saying, child?
Mommy, you know what they saying too?
What who saying, child?
They saying Dad coming home and he gonna be here any day now.
That's what they saying?
Yes, Mom.
And those people wouldn't even tell me. That just got to show you. As long as a person try to uplift themselves on this little island, they'll always be hated. Imagine My husband coming home after more than 5 years. And those people wouldn't tell me. Because I don't go from door to door gossiping about other people's business. Because I try to teach my children how to be in this world. Because I don't brag, but work hard for myself. Nothing good could ever come of us, We're down by our own ways. Not even when the people that know the people coming from other countries, not even when they tell us we won't listen. But I know time longer than rope. And we would wish to God we our Lord listen to somebody. God knows. Eveline, did you get your granny to wash your hair yesterday like I told you to? Eveline, I'm talking to you, and I don't want you nodding your head, because God give you a mouth, not only to eat with, but to talk with. This nodding your head, this is not going to get you too far in life. You got to learn to speak up when someone asks you a sensible question. That's the problem with us Caymanians. We talk and talk and talk all the time. And as soon as someone asks us a sensible question, our mouth get glue up. Eveline, I'm talking to you. And you know that I'm talking to you because it's only me, you, and God in this house this morning. Eveline, you hear me? You hear me, Eveline?
Yes, Mama.
Yes, Mama. Yes, Mama, what? Now, Eveline, when you go to school this morning or any other morning, I want you to go and speak the way I've been learning you to. Now with that bad talk I hear you talking with, no more of that.
Yes, Mother. Mama, where Eveline going? I go in school, that's where I going. I going to learn. Because Mama say that if we don't learn, Cayman won't be we's no more. Without stuffing your coconut head, you have to work all your life for somebody.
You leave me alone. I know I got my life for nobody.
You will. You lazy thing. You don't want to learn nothing, your coconut head.
Mama, make her leave me alone.
Eveline, you leave your brother alone this morning.
I wasn't doing him nothing.
You wasn't doing him nothing, but mind your own business to other people affair. Now go drink that cocoa and eat that bread I put on that table for you. And we're wrong with you now, Mrs. Spoiler. You never get enough licks yesterday. You want to test my little patience so early this morning? Will you get up for now?
It's a fool, let me sleep.
Duppy? What Duppy? I'm sick and tired of telling you there's no Duppy in this house except for you. What the hell wrong? My Lord, why me? Why my life has to be like this? Have you all no consideration for your poor mother?
I won't go in Eveline.
You want to go where with Eveline? I told you that Eveline is going to pay school, and you can't go this time because your mom and I'm making that much money. Plus, you know, good father not sending none for you. Plus, I told you already you can't go. Stop asking me to do the impossible. What you children think I is? Some god, some rich tourist or something? I won't, and why won't I go work hard for? And here you is, Mr. Smiley, getting more than I ever get when I was young, and I still can't satisfy you. Go sit down and even let me throw some cocoa for you.
I was going to work at school.
I said to shut up. I said to shut up. You see these hands? You see these hands? These blisters? These from working. I feed you, not your father. What he care about us? I said, shut up. Sit on this kitchen before I get mad at one. And you stop looking at me like that before I get busted and murdered to one.
What in the world? What you beat them two friends so early this morning for?
You see me beating them? You just stay out of my affair. You just stay on your side of the fence. When I need help, nobody's around. And as soon as I started disciplining my children, everybody around here wanting to kill me. I know how to handle my own affair. You hear me?
Just 1 second. Tell me something. You sleep on the wrong side or the smell of your piss getting too strong for you?
Mama, you leave me alone.
Leave you alone, hell. I'm not standing by while you take your frustration out on these two innocent creatures. If your husband gone and leave you, it's not their fault. Had you been a better wife, you wouldn't stay away anyway. But no, You have to tell him what to do. He can't drink, he can't go out, and as soon as he look at another woman, you get swelled up like bullfrog full of air. I tell you already, that is not the way to treat a man. If you want to keep a man, you have to treat him nice. It is we that need them, not them that need us.
Mom, you stop talking foolishness in my head. Because you know as well as I do, the reason he do right, send money or come back, he like the rest of them wrong, yeah. No ambition, no get up and go. I gotta go out and work. Come home and work and be driven mad by my children, by my husband, and by you mingling in my business.
Your business?
Yes, my business.
Let me tell you what happened between you two, not just your business. I work hard to raise you, and if you can't help me once in a while because you're too fresh to your husband, then it's my business.
Mama, just leave me alone.
I know you ain't kissing your teeth at me. Is this the thanks I get? The good Lord in heaven knows I don't deserve to be treated this way by my own flesh and blood. But you see, you the Ella is your damn pride, trying to be better than the rest of us, trying to live like white people, like tourists. But you won't get far, you hear me? The good Lord in heaven got judge you, and you got beg forgiveness because what you did to your own mother.
Mama, just leave me alone this morning.
The good Lord on his throne, no, you can't be righteous. But as long as I live, I'm never coming back to this house again.
Don't cry, Mama. Don't cry.
When you grow up, you're not gonna be like your daughter, right, Rilla?
No, Mama. When I grow up and go away, I can always send you back money so you can build a house.
And you gotta help Mama right to evil eyes?
Yes, ma'am. Can I go to school, Mama?
How about it, Philip? Would you like a nice, tasty tropical drink before lunch? Our maid Ella has been with us since we built this beach house, and she's quite good at mixing drinks. Of course, we taught her the art of proper bartending.
Yes, thank you.
These island people can learn if you teach. They're not like our colored people at home. Yes, these natives are ready to learn. All you need is an ample amount of patience, and you've got it made. As they say, you've got it made in the shade. Our maid Ella is a perfect example.
Darling, Ella can't be considered your typical native. She's different in many ways. Strange. Perhaps she wasn't born on this island.
Have you ordered the drinks? When will lunch be served?
Yes, darling. Soon, darling. Pardon me, Philip.
Women. It is unfortunate that we men need women. Yet I can't see why that we do. Of course, Kathy is by no means your usual weak female. Not at all the typical woman that most men are condemned to live with their entire lives.
I'm quite sure she's not, Mr. Wilder.
What are you two charming gentlemen discussing now? The First Lady or the Pope's dog?
Huh, is there a difference?
Oh, Stefan, why must you be so cruel?
I'm not being cruel. Facts are facts, are they not, Philip? Where is Ella with the drinks?
Please have a little patience, Stefan.
My wife is a native lover. Do you know that, Philip? She loves this island. The innocence, the slow and easy pace. They call it the island that time forgot, but I call it the island that forgot time.
You've traveled enough to Cuba and throughout the Caribbean to know that Caymanians are as industrious as any natives one will find in these hot places.
They might well be as industrious as the others, and perhaps even a bit better. But if I am to invest my money here, then they're going to have to learn to move faster. Besides, they talk too much, talk too fast, and move too slow.
Make a note of that, Philip.
Please repeat, Mr. Wilder.
I said, Caymanians talk too much. They all think they're philosophers or poets. I don't like natives that think. it can mean trouble at some point. Now do you understand, Philip?
Yes, but I can't see why the fact that they think should create a danger. Shouldn't that be an asset?
You, Philip, are supposed to be my advisor. You are aware, are you not, that the educated Negro in America is responsible for the fact that our colored servants no longer serve us with pride?
Stefan, you shouldn't talk that way now. Ella is in the kitchen, and I'm positive she can hear every word we're saying. You know that colored people here aren't accustomed to such talk. There is little, if any, prejudice on this island.
Catherine, I know you love all things primitive and naive, but you should not be so carried away by this racial myth. This place is no exception when it comes to race.
But it is an exception. That's why we love it here. That's why we built the house.
We built the house to escape from the pressures, from my work, from our families, from our friends, from the political conditions. But still, I'd like to tap the resources of this delightful place and perhaps even make a little money. But I have no mystical regard for the racial practices or the mosquitoes. I find them absolutely unhealthy.
Which? Racial practices or mosquitoes?
Both.
Oh, it is different here. The colored people here are different. They're treated differently than in the States.
I'm not an expert at comparative race relations, but there seems to be a qualitative difference between race patterns here and those at home. There doesn't appear to be any harmful discrimination, color or class-wise. People are treated as people.
Those are irresponsible statements, Philip, for a business advisor. If I were to believe and naively take for granted the views held by you and Catherine, I'd be incapable of rational decisions concerning the political and social factors that would influence American investors in the Caribbean and Latin America. There are difficulties in all countries where the majority of the people are not white Anglo-Saxons. This was my mistake in Cuba. At first, I was fascinated with the country, with the Cubans. I believed that the Latins had developed a far less racially structured society than that of North America. But look what is happening now in Cuba. It will not benefit us, our investments there, or the Cubans. You see, Mr. Wilson, a good businessman must also be a sociologist. You're a young, bright graduate of Harvard Law School, but your experience is limited. The young people today are far too idealistic, and for that reason, you cannot see the reality. Caymanians have the same weaknesses as any people, and the more the island develops, those weaknesses will show, will come into play, and will interfere with my investments. But I admit, to me, Caymanians are all the same race. To me, they're all colored. With development and the competition it brings, these characteristics will become obvious, even to the Pope's dog.
Well, if that is the case, Stefan, why can't you be content with our beach house? Why must you develop this island? Oh, I would love to be able to go somewhere in the world where I don't feel resented for being white, for being the rich Mrs. E. Stephen Wilder. I feel so relaxed here, knowing that servants are not sitting in the kitchen plotting against me or gossiping about me. I don't see envy in their eyes.
Catherine, you're a woman. You can afford to be idealistic. You can enjoy the sunshine and the magnificent beaches. You can chat with the servants and find beauty in that active moment. You, my carefree creature, can gaze out to the clear blue sea and find an eternal protection from civilization. But I am a man of means, and in order to continue to be so, and to provide you with extravagant comforts, then I must sell or be sold. If I don't build my financial projections now, then someone else will, and that someone would beat me at my own game. Where the hell are the drinks?
Pardon me, I will go and see if Ella has a problem with them.
Philip, why must I apologize for being white and successful?
Hear ye, brave and thoughtless conquerors of continents vast and wild. Hear ye, tamers of native passions, mosquitoes and sandflies. Lend me your mouths, for it is the good rum your servants have brought you, and will long live after you. Now, Philip, please sit down. Do let me serve you.
Enjoy, Philip. It isn't every day that the performances of my charming wife are so perfectly in keeping with her nature.
Yes, darling husband, woman was meant to serve man, to be a creature in captivity, whose desires and dreams are mocked and ridiculed. But unlike you, my loving master, I have learnt, like many women, that there is a certain pleasure in serving. And before one can truly enjoy being served, one must have served. So drink and be merry, kind masters. No, Ella, please stay. I want you to see how much more my husband enjoys being served by his wife, even though he employs servants.
Ella, you may return to the kitchen.
You do as I tell you, Ella.
Catherine, there are certain principles which I have, and one of them is I do not display my personal affairs before staff, before guests. Catherine!
What's the matter, Willie? Your mother dead? Your dad and mama dead?
Daddy, come home. My daddy, come home.
It's good to be back home. Yes, sir. All the places I've been in the last few months, the last years, this one right here is the best. I really don't know why I forsake you and the children like I did, though. I really don't know. Maybe it was because I told my old man that I would never step foot on this island again as long as he was alive, unless it were to put Mama 6 foot under.
Beatman, you know you don't mean that. You know you love your father just as well as I do. The argument you and him had is because of the both got bad tempers and the self-righteous.
You know, Ella, you're right. But I am a grown man, and there is no way in hell I allowing another man to beat me. No, unless he kills me. No, not even my father. I don't care how much I love him.
Good Lord, Beatman, you know what the Bible says? Honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long upon this earth. But you didn't thought about that night you said if he had put hands on you.
Ella, you may be right, you know. But a man can't be a man if he allows somebody to bully him. To stand in the way of his freedom by threatening to take his life. No man will do that to me. Never. He will first have to take this life. Because life will never stand in the way of my freedom. Even if it is my father, even if I get damned to hell forever, even if God said I shouldn't do nothing about it.
Good Lord, Beatman, haven't you learned anything yet? You know the reason why we're having it so hard? Because you blaspheme the Lord name and vain all the time. Are we going to start all over? Or are we going to ask God to forgive us and start anew? No, I did. I'm just trying to help you. Put you on the right track.
Put who on the right track? You gonna tell me? You a woman, I a man. You gonna rule me? Rule my life? You're joking?
I'm not trying to rule your life. I'm just trying to help you and the children. You don't care about them no more, huh?
Oh, you mean if I don't care about them no more? They're mine, I know that. But I'm not living my life any different than I think I should because of children or anything else. A man must live like he feels it is right to live. And don't be afraid of himself or what he thinks or does. What a man is must be right. Otherwise, he wouldn't be it. The worst thing in this world is to be afraid of yourself.
You should be afraid. Afraid because you have no respect for man or God. God put us on this earth to serve him, and what you do is a disgrace.
A disgrace? A disgrace because I'm asking?
No, not because you're asking, because you don't think. Never thought about your father, about them children, about me. Nothing you don't think about.
You watch your mouth, woman.
No, you watch yours. Here after more than 5 years gone, not even writing or sending me a penny, and you are telling me to watch my mouth. Well, if you're not ready to listen to me, I'm not allowing you to come into my house and tell me.
Your house?
Yes, my house.
You're joking? Oh, you're crazy? Huh? Which one? Which one is it? Tell me, which one is it now? You're going crazy? Huh?
The way you men treat us women is enough to drive anybody crazy. You go on some shit from one port to the next one, from one bar to the next one, from one woman to the next one, drinking and spending a few dollars and making, not thinking, just drinking it all out. And when you get tired of whoring and drinking and whoring, crawl back, make another baby. You crazy. You're not good to me.
What you said? You want me to slap the hell out of you?
Damn you to hell! Damn you! Jesus, precious Jesus. Jesus, precious Jesus. How I love you, Daddy.
Look, shut up!
Come by,
that I had to stop going to sea to prove that I care about you and Willie and the next one, Evil Eye. I might even consider taking that job with you, Mr. Wild, or what you might call him.
You're not going to do nothing because of me and the children.
But what the matter with you, woman? Can't I do or say nothing that meets with your approval? What you want me to do? Kill myself? Is that what you want? Ain't nobody with any sense at all can see why I can't make it with you. I was a fool to come back here to think that I could get on with you. You think you're too good?
Big man! Big man, I said right now.
Hey, what up?
Big man so long in been.
Yo, big man!
People may say, I haven't seen you so long. How things, man?
The boys waiting on him and they wonder if you're not coming.
Yo, let's go out and drink some liquor tonight, man. Yeah. Last night wasn't the night, but tonight the night.
No man, them boys waiting, man. We don't have time to fool around with no woman. We want to drink like old times. Boy, me and Beat man had some good times in Mobile.
Here we are again. I remember you were there. Yeah. You were there, and I were there. But you wasn't there, man. Too full of boy.
None. Take it easy before I put you in the place, you know.
Put you in? Huh?
Hey, look, take it easy, man.
Put you in? Huh? Put you in?
I said, look, man, take it easy, man. This is my house, and what I said goes, all right?
Put that knife down, Beat man, man. Let's go have us a good time.
Yeah, man.
That good time got killed a bunch of them. Mark my words.
Better good times kill us than bad times. Right? While we can have them, we's gonna have them. That's right. We can stay there and worry. We leave that on the women. What, Beatman, you going soft for?
Beatman, if you leave this yard this evening, you could stay with the rest of them no-good bums. Beatman, I got my strength to work, and I not gonna repeat myself not even one more time.
Look, I got enough money to last for a few months. So all this talk about work.
A few months is all you can see.
Hey, Coolidge, tell me to come out this place before I had to kill this woman or she drive me crazy.
Now you're talking, man. Let's go, man. Well, look,
Gonna turn my back on love. Gonna stop the moon above. Seal all my windows up with tin. So the love don't get in. I'm gonna mark my romance right on my wall.
Hey, we hear you came in last night.
Yeah, boy.
Man, we've been waiting to see you. Captain Ben even left the bar open late because of you.
I see that.
Good to see you, man. Really good to see you. You gonna buy us some drinks?
All drinks on the house. All drinks on me. Captain Ben, sir. Because if you got the liquor, I got the money. What money for if not to spend, huh?
they say money like woman. Woman go from man to man. Money go from hand to hand.
Maybe your woman go from hand to hand, but not mine. Look here, I've been away for 5 years. Come back home, my woman still faithful to me.
Boy.
But you can't keep no woman. You not got what it take to keep her with, man.
Woman was never my greatest worry, you know that? I get what I want, but I don't take what I don't want.
So what you saying, Coolidge? You buy the this here?
Why issue?
You know what issue, but what issue? You don't have to acting like he's me.
Oh God, I don't know what the hell the fraud I'm talking about, you know.
Hey, and I leave my friend alone. Cause we all know that he's a fighter. He not no lover.
That's right. And I'll take on anybody in this room right now.
You go take
deep, man.
You go take on somebody your size, no?
Why is it that you young fellows always trying to prove yourself by fighting? Is there no other way to be a man but to fight?
You know any better way?
Yes!
But tell us then, you eating food.
By acting like civilized and educated human beings, not like a bunch of bush niggers!
Niggers? Who this old drug calling nigger? Not me, that's for sure. I'm a Negro. I colored and I'm a nigger. Nigger has to do with people's ways, not with their skin color. So how I could be a nigger? You must be talking to them boys, ya bamba.
No, I ain't not talking to me.
Gentlemen, lend me your ears, and I'll finish. Yet,
Say what you gotta say, man. We listening.
yeah, your ways, gentlemen, your ways, they are not in keeping with the British tradition. How can you call yourself British? Acting like a bunch of bush niggers!
If you use that word to me one more time, I'm gonna lose respect to the fact that you're an old man. I'll slap the hell out of you.
Easy, Coolidge, easy. Look, man. Now look, I've been sitting down here, minding my own business, trying to keep out of trouble. But I'm not standing by and letting you insult my friend like that, man. Coolidge, leave him alone. And you try go sit down.
Yeah, leave the man alone. Can't you see a fool?
foolish old man, crazy they say. Yeah, I'm crazy. That's what you think. Because as soon as a man says something of sense, then he's crazy. But let me tell you something. I almost lived my life out. I soon dead.
Yeah, I lie about that.
But I've been to plenty places in this world. I even see King George. One of the greatest men who ever lived.
You finished now, big mouth? Go on, talk now.
Oh, what's the point of talking to a bunch of bush niggers?
Somebody outside they can get killed tonight, you know.
Excuse me. Colored. I didn't mean to insult your feeble intelligence.
Oh, now you're talking.
You know what they say, I crazy?
Tell us now. You're getting tired of waiting.
I is a philosopher.
A philosopher.
He's a fool. Make him talk, man. Make the man talk.
Well, tell him stop using them big words that nobody can understand.
Coolidge, we understand now. A philosopher is a thinker. He knows in every man there is this ability to know right from wrong, good from evil, weak from strong, so on and so forth. So I know my life because I think about it. There is nothing that you or anybody else can tell me about myself I do already know. I might not be willing to admit that what you say is correct, but that does not mean I don't know it's true, if you know what I mean.
Well, I must admit, there is some truth in what he's saying.
There is some truth. There is some truth in everything. But some things are less truthful than others. That you all call me crazy has some truth.
Some truth.
But it's not the whole truth. You all make me crazy because you're afraid. If you didn't call me crazy, you have to call me intelligent. And that's something that nobody wants to do. See you here, my boy? You could be my child! Oh, Jesus! Coolidge!
Hey, Coolidge, who you fuck?
Who you fuck?
But let me tell you something here this night. The day will come when you wish you had one man! Even one man you could look up to and call him intelligent. But that day will never come. Because of what you've done to me. Done by the ways you've gone. Poison in you. It kills even the very source from whence it comes.
This man hate us. Can you believe one of our own Caymanians talking to us like this? And I can tell this old foolishness, you know, but not me. I want to drink and have a good time. Just talk about pillow thing and shooting head. And the foolishness you talking anyhow.
Young man, if you would spend enough time by yourself, with yourself, spend time in contemplation, and once you've done that, you will be able to recognize the good and bad in other things and other people. But you, sonny boy, will never be able to recognize the good in yourself or in other things or people because you are afraid of the bad. And you must first experience yourself for yourself before the good will let itself be known.
This man fool.
Good is a treasure, which is a pleasure to all mankind, but locked away in a chest of evil. To receive good, you must conquer evil. To conquer evil, you must first of all find it.
There's enough evil up inside there tonight, including you.
Is that so?
What do you mean, sir?
Is that so?
What you mean, sir? You know, see not even a Caymanian. Him no born here. He come from the bush of Honduras.
That's different. They're all crazy, anyhow.
Boy, I hear ya.
Hey, look here. I'm not so intelligent, you know. So I wouldn't say that he crazy or he not crazy. What I would say is I paying for the drinks, because I don't want her to sit here alone waiting for my poor old mother to die. So what I would like us to do is to drink up and forget about the world. We never had nothing but hard times.
Boy, you were right. Last night wasn't the night.
But
tonight, the night.
When will the night come that you'll be forced to listen to yourselves, to your selfish foolishness? When will the night find you without your friends and your rum, and force you to listen to the sounds of that dark and empty void in your life? And when you found that void, with what will you fill it? Now, come on,
no trials, no burden, no testing, no sorrow, no greed. The word of God must be in my mouth. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Come on, talk the word, talk the word, talk the word, talk the word, talk the word. Find the word, find the word. Find the word. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Find the word, find the word, find the word. Come on. Find the word, find the word. Everybody find the word, find the word. Find the word, find the word. Find the word, find the word.
Daddy.
You ask me what a no good thing is.
He out drinking and gambling. That where he is.
That is where he is, not that way he is. What am I praying and working so hard for if you children are taking away being learned?
But Mama, you said that where he is too.
Really, you're getting too smart. Come so get your morning, kiss, Eveline. Oh, you're getting too big. You don't want to kiss your poor mother. But don't get that big that you run off and get married and forget about your poor mother.
Even I might do that, but not me. You're the best mama in Cayman.
What you want, Billy? You must be want something, otherwise you wouldn't be sweet talking me.
Eveline,
what? No what? But what? Shut up, you thin man. You want me to tell Mama what you was doing at school yesterday?
you leave me alone.
Billy, what was you doing at school yesterday?
He was singing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring, t-shirt panties tie up with string, string pop panty drop.
Billy, you said that?
You is the most handsome, good-looking, smartest boy I ever seen. You gotta belong to me.
Who else you take me for? Only sometimes you act like they belong to you.
How you mean?
That's how I said it.
Well, son, when you grow up, don't get married. Woman will worry you to death. They bring you into this world worrying, and they take you out worrying.
Well, I done worrying about you. Them two children is all the words I can have from now on.
Are you must come give me a kiss, how you do? So what happened? I can't kiss you?
Go kiss your friend Coolidge.
Go kiss who? I don't know, punk. You should know that.
If that's the only thing I had to worry about you being, life would be okay. Eveline and Willie, off to school.
Ella, what you got against me? And if you got something, why you marry me?
I didn't marry you. You married me. You're responsible for me, not me for you. And you're doing a mighty poor job at that. Walking around with this knife in your hand. You better mind and get you in trouble.
Woman, you stop talking Ross and put something on the table for me to eat.
I hope it chokes you.
You want me to break your hand? Huh?
Your evil ways do scare me. You can't do nothing to me. You can't kill me. Because if you did, you wouldn't have to about take care of them children. And your plan can make them a show can't take care of them.
Daddy, leave my mama alone.
Is this why you're teaching my children? Huh? To raise their hands against their own father? Huh? To hate him? That's it? You're hating not enough. You gotta make them hate me too.
Daddy, leave my mama alone.
Willa, don't worry. Your dad didn't mean nothing. He just drunk. That's all. Off to school.
Can we have money to buy candy, Mama?
Your mama don't have a penny. Go so ask your daddy.
Daddy, can I have some money to buy candy, please?
It's yours, man. Wait.
No, don't tell me.
Somebody must have. Jesus. Somebody had it.
Somebody hell. Don't tell me you threw away all our money drinking and gambling.
How you mean drinking and gambling?
Just how I said it.
Really, son? You don't worry. Your daddy can get it all back. By the time you come back from school today, I will have won every penny back. Then you can have anything you want. Even a bicycle.
Jesus Christ in heaven. You did throw away all our money?
Not all our money. My money. I work hard for that. And I can spend it anyhow I want.
Well, if that's the way it is, you won't eat my
I can half kill you, young woman. You must have gone crazy.
You bastard! You even...
Calling me a bastard? And my mother lying dying? You're a bitch, woman! A crazy evil bitch!
You killed my daughter! My only support, you know good brass! Get out! Get out before I kill you!
See what you done, Granny? Kill my daddy.
Go to the two of you. Go say get Mr. Barnes. Tell him to cover this trap quick. Hurry before you die to bleed to death.
He's the only man I love and the only man I will ever love. Please don't make this be true.
Ella, stop talking foolishness and clean out blood so we can see how deep it cuts.
Mama, talking of foolishness. You don't know how much I love this man.
That's your trouble. You can't decide what you want.
Mama, it's Willa. He got knocked down by the truck. He died.
Somehow I find him handsome.
Is it an appreciation of his primitive strength, Mrs. Wilder?
Oh, Philip, there's no reason why you can't call me Catherine. I would much prefer Catherine. Mrs. Wilder, at times it sounds so empty.
Empty?
Well, it sounds empty to me. I have a personality of my own. Or at least, I had some identity before I married Stefan. Personality, a mind, ideas. Oh, and I had dreams, too. Sometimes I wish I were a different type of woman. When I look at Ella, fighting poverty and disease and death, somehow I feel she's richer. She can be happy even though she's poor. I can't be happy because I've forgotten how to enjoy myself. Do you think Ella could understand my admiration for her way of life? Or would she believe, like my husband, that my critical evaluation of my life with Stefan is a sign of weakness? Or even worse, a sign that I'm insane?
Well, if you're really interested in what I think.
Oh, yes, Philip. Do tell me. I've had this feeling that you think a little more deeply about people and life than most.
Sure, I think about life. Sometimes I can't sleep at night. I lie awake and listen to the sound of the sea. It's as though it talks to me, telling me that nature refuses to be conquered by man. Man who in the end cannot be happy, because by conquering nature he destroys himself and what is natural.
Natural. What is natural?
Well, I believe that what is natural to man is pain, fear, life, birth, and death. Those things are natural.
I suppose.
You know, I was just thinking that perhaps man is so far removed from what he once was that it's impossible for us to know what is truly natural. Perhaps every attempt by us to rediscover what we once were is an escape from the true question of what we are and what we are becoming. It's difficult for us to accept that the past is dead and now we must bury it. But rather than bury the past and begin anew, we sadistically or masochistically use it to inflict pain on ourselves and on others.
Shouldn't we use the past as a guide to the future?
Yes, but we're afraid of the future because it's unpredictable, and we prefer the predictable even when it's destructive. We want everything to have value, meaning, but we attach meaning to things not from our associations with the present or our dreams for the future, but from our relationship to the past in us. Oh, perhaps Ella isn't any happier than you, Catherine, but she receives a certain strength from her belief in a better future for her children. Your past is not unlike your present, so you conclude your future will not change, that you cannot change.
Oh, Philip, that thought depresses me. Maybe I wanted this island to change my life.
Well, most of us continue to change our environment to suit our customs and our personalities, rather than to adjust our attitudes to the unfamiliar which we encounter.
Yes. I feel I could learn from Ella and her way of life. I don't want to be trapped in the unchanging nature of my life.
Let the island influence you. Listen to the sound of the sea, its hypnotic effect.
Oh, Philip, you're dreaming.
Yes, Catherine, and you're questioning, and perhaps the essence is in the question. And so...
Excuse me, ma'am. Anything else for me to do today, ma'am?
I can't think of anything, Beatman, but do ask Ella if she has anything for you. Oh, Ella, is there anything more that you have for your husband to do today?
Yes, ma'am. There's lots of work to be done wrong here. But he can't see it because he won't hurry off and get to the bar. Mr. Wilder would like to see you, Mr. Philip, ma'am.
Thank you, Ella. Well, Philip, let's stop dreaming. Reality calls.
I'm sorry you talking to the woman like that without even a shirt on your body.
I sure she see man without shot before, without even more than that too.
You quite sure of everything except what you should be quite sure of.
Not again. Not again. Because it's only so much I gonna take. I'm not gonna allow you to treat me like some little boy because of what happened.
When you begin to act like a grown man, you'll be treated like one, not before.
Excuse me. Looking for you, beat man.
Beat man not got no time. Beat man got work to do.
Since when Caymanian don't have time for another day own kind?
Since those of his kind don't mean him to no good. Since those of his kind only know he of their kind when they won't bring him down, lo and what it is.
Well, if that's the thanks I get for trying to help, do I expect too much help in the future? What the hell wrong with her, man? She must hate me. I never done nothing to her. You know that? I never tried to hurt her hair on her head.
Why you not use your head to try and figure out what you done to her? Why you don't ask her?
Why you done to her? You might have done something, but not me. I never done nothing to nobody in my whole life. Come on, man. You not started with that foolishness too, man. It had to happen. It was God's will that you really get knocked down that he did. Sure, there's a God, it had to. Nothing happens that never had to happen.
So, what you telling me now? If I take this shower and knock you from here, the kingdom come, you would say that had to happen too?
What happens has to happen, even if it happened to me or anybody else.
You know, Coolidge, I really feel like using this to find out, you know. But what I'm beginning to find out is that to try and to convince somebody, a fool, a non-believer, it's to always try to bring yourself down, man. It's like punishing yourself, trying to prove something to somebody, like Ella doing. She really don't want me around. She said I embarrass her, cause her to sin against her God, to lose faith. But then again, I think she really want me around to prove that she right and I wrong. Terrible, man. It make me feel bad. Then again, I don't think it make her feel any better either.
Then leave. Leave, man, leave.
Leave? You say leave?
Yeah.
I'm not got no consideration for people feeling or what. You think I can just up and leave? Man, Coolidge, I really would like to leave, you know. You know? I can't work for these people. You're like some kind of slave, raking and digging and raking all the time. What a point. It clean anyhow. I don't see no difference. Boy, look here now. I would really like to go back to sea. I miss them strange places, boy. All them foreign girls and guys used to meet in them bars. but I can't leave her now. Because if I do, who do I come back to when things not right? We all need somebody. No matter how big and tough we think we is. That much will that learn me.
Man, you been back here too long, you know, you making that woman of yours get to you.
Man, stop talking stupidness, man. I only been back here 2 weeks.
That already too long. I don't like the way Cayman changing now. Coming like everything a man do these days is wrong. I going back to sea.
Yeah.
I get my call, you know.
Yeah.
That why I come check you, man. Them boys gonna cook up and drink up tonight.
You know.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah, boy.
Hey. That's your boss woman, man.
Yeah, boy.
She look good, man. I would do anything get close to that bitch.
Watch your mouth now, man.
Watch my mouth. My mouth belong to me. And I say she look good. And if you don't think so, then you full of shit like I thought you was.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this a friend, Beatman, or a cousin? I hear most people on the island are cousins.
Well, we might be some kind of cousins, man, but really we good friends, you know, for a long time.
And what's your name?
Well, when I was born a cripple and a dummy. So my mother called me Coolidge. But since I can talk and walk, I decided to call myself something different. I called myself Sonny Boy.
work for you to do, Beatman?
Yes, ma'am. But I just talking to my friend here for a few moments. I'll be back to work before you know it.
That's quite all right, Beatman. Take your time.
All right.
Catherine, you just can't walk out when I have something important to discuss with you. I don't care a bit for your attitude. I'm talking to you. And what is this yard boy doing?
I know you are talking to me.
Beatman, why are you standing around? Are you finished with the yard? Who's this guy?
This is my friend, sir. He just come to tell me something important.
Don't talk too long. I don't pay people to socialize with their friends.
Yes, sir.
Beatman, before you go, kindly be more careful of your appearance in front of my wife. And while she sunbathes, could you find another area of the yard to work in? She'd like her privacy, right, darling? Catherine, what kind of behavior is this? You're being too friendly. First to Ella, to these natives, to these men. I'm not trying to control your life, but I must demand certain limitations. If these men don't respect me, they'll never take my instructions, and I will not be intimidated by these guys.
You know, Stefan, I've been thinking how a man can be so alone that not even his own wife can know him. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter to you. You can buy anything you want. You own everything. I even feel that you own me. What do I have to gain besides being your possession? And I can't even make myself known. Not to you, not to the maid, not to Philip, not even to myself.
Catherine, I'm doing this for you, for us. This was supposed to be a vacation, to get away from all your complaints at home. But you must live up to the fact that in a few days you'll be home. And you'll have to face up to our world.
Your world, Stefan.
Our world.
Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid of what I am. I know this was supposed to be a vacation, but more and more it seems like a very long dream, and I feel like I'm waking from a nightmare.
You're just lonely, Catherine. Our problems aren't any different here.
Our problems?
Are you sure you won't join us for a farewell drink, Ella?
No, thank you, sir. I don't drink.
For a teetotaler, you sure mix exotic drinks.
Yes, sir. You can believe she don't drink. I known Miss Ella from the time she used to work for my mama, and that was a long time ago.
These damn mosquitoes. Enough to drive a man crazy. They touch it and touch it and drive you mad. They suck your blood. Then you kill him. Your belly swell and swell with your blood till it bursts. Or you kill him. You son of a... Damn bastards. Just like people. Ella? Ella? That you? I'm not mad at you no more. I've given up this fight. I am mad, but I can't fight no more. It don't make sense. It just don't make sense.
No, Daddy. It not Mama. It me. The son. Willie.
Really? Really? What the hell you doing here? You dead? You supposed to be in heaven? Really, you get killed so young, you ain't got no sin you're responsible for. You're supposed to be in heaven, son. Really? That really you I talking to? Oh, I talking to a duppy.
Daddy, I came back to get you. I came back for you. You won't believe it, but it's better where I am. I go to school, and it costs nothing. I can speak any language I want without any problems. I am small, but in reality, I'm a growing man. I think like a man.
Really? Really, son? I'm sorry. It is my fault. I caused it all. I guilty.
Guilty, Daddy? No. No guilt. There's no such thing as guilt. Don't feel guilty for what happened. I don't feel sorry because of what I am. I feel I know myself. And you. And Mama. It isn't your fault that we were born into this world in guilt and taught to feel guilt and shame until it destroys us. We feel guilt for hate. We feel guilt for love. I am dead, Daddy, and it feels good. 'Cause in death, one is free from guilt, free from blame, free to sail, free to ride, free to be seen, and free to hide.
Really? That are you? You were so small, my little boy. Why are you talking this crazy talk? Oh, the night, the darkness. Oh God, please help me.
Tonight is the night.
Get away. Get away. I said, get away.
Daddy, you can't believe I'm trying to fool you, to convince you that something that isn't real. I love you. I love you.
Get away from me. I never did nothing to nobody to deserve this. This night. Listen, you dead. I alive. Stay away from me. Stay away or I'll kill you again.
calm. Lie down. All people feel as you do this way. They feel tired of fighting, or hoping, or being young, or getting old, or living, or dying. Come, lie down and rest.
Get out of my life and my mind. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I said, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Get away.
It's your voice you hear.
My voice? My voice? Yes. My voice. I hear the sea. The beautiful Caribbean Sea. I hear the sounds of strife and peace. I hear the sound of life. I hear myself and the guilt in myself. And I can't take it no more. You don't believe me? You're not convinced that what I'm saying is real? It's just not real. It is real. It's not real. What is it? It is. It is. It is.
Beat man.
It is.
Beat man. What am I
Willie? I just see Willie.
That's your guilty feelings.
No, he was a duppy. Duppy's ears. Duppy's ears.
You stop talking foolishness about Duppy, because you're the biggest Duppy around here. You never did show yourself around here.
Please, Ella, please. Protect me from him. Protect me from him.
How can I protect you from yourself, beat man? And when you break up tomorrow, you gotta do the same thing.
No, Ella, please. Duppy's ears.
No! You kill him! And with them my dreams, my hopes. Lord knows that I would deserve to have my only son taken away from me. Why, Lord? Why, Lord, I had to live to see this day.
And me, this night.
No, Pete, man. No, sweetheart. Don't worry. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, sweetheart. Don't worry. Don't worry, sweetheart. Oh, it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, sweetheart. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind.
But Willie, he dead. He really dead.
Don't worry, sweetheart. We'll have another son, another hope.